Hello, welcome. This is day 10. We are about halfway through our journey together, so welcome back. And thank you for joining me once again, stepping into your practice. So today we are working on expanding, on opening. I like to think of this as opening ourselves up to all of the possibilities, opening ourselves up to the possibilities of the next few days together as we continue on this journey. So we're going to get started in a seat. You could elevate your hips. I would also suggest maybe having a block or a book, a pillow, something that you can use towards the end of your practice. I always have 2 blocks nearby me for my practice. We'll use that for our final posture today. So when you're ready, come to join me in a comfortable seat. All right, so whatever this seated shape looks like for you, just allow your hips, your sitting bones to get nice and grounded. Let your spine be really tall. You could soften your gaze down. You might even close your eyes for a few breaths. Just drawing your attention to your breath. Bring your awareness to how the breath is moving today without too much manipulation at this point. Maybe calling to mind where you feel you can expand and open up. Where are some new possibilities that you can open up to? Maybe it's in your practice today. Maybe it's just the possibility of more expansive breath. Let's take a few bigger breaths together now. So empty your lungs on your exhale. Take a full breath in through your nose. Feel your belly, your rib cage, your chest expand and lift. Maybe a sigh out of your mouth. And seeing all of those body parts deflate. Do that one more time. A full, expansive breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, soften down. Flutter your eyelids open if your eyes were closed. Let's start with some gentle twisting. On your breath in, take your arms up overhead. And on an exhale, let's twist towards the right side, bringing the left palm towards the right thigh and right fingertips towards the floor behind you, maybe even placing the palm on your sacrum. Breathe in, grow tall. Exhale, a little bit of a deeper twist towards the right. Starting to warm up into the thoracic spine. Inhale, reach up, come back through center. Exhale towards the opposite side. Right hand crosses over. Left fingertips come to the floor behind you. Maybe they find your low back. Breathe in space. Exhale to deepen the twist. Good. Coming back through center on an inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale, return your palms towards the floor. Good. And then continuing that warm up through the spine, let's start to reach the rib cage forward and back, kind of like a cat and cow spine. Yeah, and you can start to play with where you want the breath to move. Maybe it's an inhale as you reach the chest forward and an exhale as you reach it back. And then play with shifting the rib cage from side to side as well. Just kind of checking in with how the spine is feeling, how the rib cage is feeling. And then let's start to draw some circles. So extending the chest forward, shifting it to one side, and then pressing it back. Maybe it's an inhale as you come forward, and an exhale as you shift back. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. So moving the chest around, starting to once again link that movement, just getting a little bit of mobility through the spine as you circle the rib cage around. Good. Hopefully getting some energy flowing as well. Let's remove the prop. If you've got one underneath your hips, we'll come to meet in child's pose. Keep that block or that prop nearby, like I said, for our final posture. And let's take a pretty passive child's pose here. Soften your forehead down. Let your hips get really heavy. Some nice expansive breaths into the back of the rib cage, into the back of your heart space. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. What you wish to carry with you through the rest of our time together here, maybe the rest of your day. Extend your fingertips forward now, spread them really wide, and pull yourself forward into a tabletop shape. And then let's move through some cat and cow spine. Inhale, let your belly drop down. Glide your chest forward, lift your gaze in your tail. Exhale, round your spine, press into your palms, puff between the shoulder blades. Inhale again, rippling through the spine, feeling that chest expand. Exhale to round. Good. Coming to a neutral spine now. Tucking your toes. Take a breath in, lift your knees. On your exhale, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal, feel free to wiggle. Finding a stance that works for you with your hips really high. Pressing into the finger pads, the knuckles, the space between your forefingers and your thumbs. Let the back of your neck be long. This shape always available to you. Child's pose always available to you. This is your practice. This is your time. Day 10 on this journey together. And take a look forward. Come into your high plank. Exhale. Let's lift the hips back up, downward facing dog. One more like that. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward on an inhale. On your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Lots of little steps, maybe 2 big steps, maybe a hop. Folding forward. Bend into your knees, drop your hips heavy, and roll yourself all the way up, coming to stand tall. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Feeling all 4 corners of your feet into the floor, rooting down. Good. Let's flow. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold forward. Lift halfway. Inhale, long spine, hands on shins or maybe fingertips on the floor. Exhale to fold. Step back and find a high plank, knees upward down. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Extend your toes back behind you. Inhale, baby cobra, long, strong legs. Exhale, lowering down. Do that one more time. Inhale, baby cobra, lengthen across the collarbones. Exhale, lowering down. Nice. Tuck your toes, press through your tabletop or maybe up through to your plank on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead, tap your knees down and then walk your hips back towards your heels for a toe stretch. As always, if you find this really intense, you can come out of it. You can just come down and untuck your toes. Certainly an option there. And in this toe stand, or if you're in hero's pose, we'll take the arms out to a nice big cactus shape. So bending those arms. Good. Same thing as in that cat-cow spine. This time, opening the fingers towards the wall behind you as you breathe in and open the chest forward. On your exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest, pull your pinky fingers and your elbows towards one another, roll your forearms towards your face. Inhale again to open up and expand, lifting up through your heart. Exhale to round your spine. Draw pinky fingers, elbows in towards the center. Last time. Inhale to open up. And exhale to round. Good. Coming back to a neutral position. Plant your palms down. Tuck your toes if they're not already there. Ooh, maybe a little roll of those ankles. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. One breath in. One breath out. Inhale, sweep your right heel high up. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose and step it through. Find your crescent lunge. So pick that back heel up nice and high, lifting the arms up overhead. Good. Take the arms out once again to that cactus shape that we just made. Same flow. Inhale, lengthen up, open up. Exhale, this time as you round, tap your back knee down nice and low. Drop pinky fingers, elbows together. Inhale to lengthen that back leg. Extend and expand through the chest. Exhale to round in, puff between those shoulder blades. Last time, inhale, open up, expand. Exhale to round. This time, lift the arms up as you lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. Lengthen across the chest. Take up space. Expand. Good. Flip your right palm up, reach forward. Dance it back. Exalted warrior. Good. Reaching up through the chest, opening up through your heart. Keep that hinge through the front knee. One more big breath in. Exhale to windmill your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back, high plank, maybe floating your toes. Option to take a flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Your breath, your guide. You could take baby cobra as your back bend. You could take upward facing dog. One full breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Send your left heel high on an inhale. Exhale, draw that knee towards your nose. Look between the hands and step it through. Keeping that back heel nice and lifted. When you feel stable, start to float those fingertips up high. Find your crescent lunge. Good. Open it up. Find that cactus shape with the arms. Let's find our flow. Inhale, open up. Maybe gaze up. Exhale to round and tap that back knee down. Inhale, lengthen, open. Exhale to round. Draw the pinky fingers, elbows close. Last one. Inhale, open up. Exhale to round. Inhale to lengthen, lift up. Arms reach up, and as you exhale, open it up, warrior two. Steady, sturdy through the legs, expansive across the chest. Flip your left palm up, reach it forward, reach it back. exalted warrior. Trust in the strength of your legs. And then from that strong foundation, open up through the heart center. One more big breath in. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Find your flow or skip it. We're meeting in downward facing dog. Opening up through the chest in that back bend. Downward facing dog for one big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Looking forward. You can walk, you can hop into a seated position. I like to cross at the ankles. Good. And let's make our way down onto our backs. Have your prop somewhere nearby, so that block or pillow. Let's come to our backs. And we'll take bridge pose. Grounding down through your palms, heels close to your hips, plugging into your big toe mounds. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, lift your hips high, squeezing the glutes. Maybe interlacing your fingers underneath your hips and walking your shoulders underneath you for a bit of a deeper back bend. This is also an opportunity to take wheel if it's part of your regular practice. Always feel free to challenge yourself a little bit further if it is part of your practice and you feel safe in your space. Glutes are strong, opening up across the chest for one more big breath in. And on your exhale, let's lower down, soften, release. Good. Let's take the arms out nice and wide to the sides. And we'll find a gentle twist. Send your hips over to the right side of your mat and let your knees fall left. You could take any variation of this. You might stack the legs. You might bind them. Maybe you keep that left leg long and just bend the right leg over. And so with the arms extended open, if you have the space, you could also take that cactus shape again. Feel the heaviness of the shoulder blades. Starting to tap back into some deeper breaths, more expansive through the belly and the lungs. And starting to bring the knees back through center. Bring your pelvis back to a neutral position to start, and then send your hips over towards the left, and knees will fall right. Keeping the left shoulder rooted. So as we find a little bit of a twist here through the spine, still getting that stretch across the chest. One more breath. And slowly drawing those knees back up. Okay, let's hug the knees in towards the chest and we'll take happy baby. You could also just hug the knees in for wind relieving pose if that is better for you. Or maybe sending the heels high, taking hold of the outer edges of the legs, maybe your ankles or your feet. You might even want to rock from side to side if that feels okay for the low back. And then we'll make our way into our final shape, and I'll offer supported fish pose. So find that block or that pillow, that book, and just gently lift yourself up, coming onto your elbows, your forearms. And I like to bring the block just underneath my shoulder blades, but this will vary from person to person. So you'll take that block or that pillow just underneath the spine, and then see where it feels okay for you to drape the spine over top of your prop. And bring your head down either to the mat, or maybe you have a second prop, you might use a second block. You could keep the legs long. You could bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Totally up to you. Do what feels comfortable. If this shape doesn't suit you today, just come into any final resting shape. Allow yourself this time to absorb all of the possibilities before you. By stepping into your practice, you are already opening yourself up, inviting in, calling in everything that you need just by stepping onto your mat. So I thank you so much for showing up yet again today, day 10. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.